Thank you everyone for listening on what I hope is the first of very many of these Extraordinary Give Story Slams. I wanted to talk to you about the most important gift I ever received. It was one that didn't come in a nice box or a pretty bag. It wasn't even wrapped at all, and it actually wasn't tangible. It wasn't even something that a person gave to me. It was actually a piece of knowledge that I received. This piece of knowledge allowed me to change the way I live and allowed me to help others in the process. And the knowledge was this. I learned that in some African cultures, you don't celebrate your birthday by being showered with presents and attention and cake and just being celebrated all day, but instead you have to get your family members, the people in your village, those closest to you, get everyone together and give a presentation on why you made it a great year and what you did to help other people. And only after you do that, then you're allowed to be celebrated. And this immediately just made so much sense to me. I've never really been one to go overboard for birthdays to begin with, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought, I really don't think birthdays are all that meaningful. I mean, sure, it's not every day you can say that you're turning another year older, but at the same time, I don't know if it's really much of an accomplishment unless you can say you spent your year serving others and going out of your way to do good. And I think the longer we're taking up space in this earth, I think the more we should be making our place in the world and giving back to the community. And that's the part we should be celebrating. So this new birthday tradition I was going to start practicing wouldn't just change the way I celebrated my birthday, it would change every day of the year, because in order to spend my birthdays talking about how I helped other people, I have to be taking action throughout the year. And so I tried to get creative and think of some things I could do for the community. I was already volunteering a few times a week. And so I tried to, think of what else I had to offer and what else I could do. And around this time, I started coming to Lancaster Story Slams. I was looking for a way to connect with people that I would never normally cross paths with. And I wanted to become a better listener, to hear people's stories, to connect with them, and to share some of my own. And I think that listening to people's stories and sharing is a way of giving. I've gotten so much from hearing the stories, and maybe something that I've said has given to someone too. Something else I'm doing is teaching yoga classes to raise money for different nonprofits in Lancaster. So around this time last year, I was working on my yoga teacher certification. And a lot of people go through this training, not necessarily to become a yoga teacher, but just to kind of grow in their own practice. And then in the end, they just happen to be certified and they can teach if they would like. And so as I was getting close to graduation, I was trying to figure out whether or not I wanted to teach. And I was kind of leaning towards no, because I already had a lot going on. And then I remembered the birthday tradition. I realized I have this new tool, I have something I can offer, so I'm going to use it for good. And so this year I started to teach little pop-up classes here and there. And each class I teach, I pick a different charity, and all of the money I get from teaching, I give it all to a different charity. I'm also applying this new giving principle into the Christmas gifts I'm giving this year. I'm really excited about it. And I think everyone should do it this way. There's so many ways it can be done, but giving gifts that also give back. So for example, buying things from shops like 10,000 Villages, where you have a nice little gift to give someone, and a portion of the money you spent, they give it to a really good cause. Donating to a nonprofit in someone's name, volunteering with them, even just buying your presents from small businesses instead of places like Amazon or Target. There's so many ways to give back, rather than just, well, it's Christmas and I'm kind of obligated to go out and buy something for someone who's close to me. To really think about how you can be helping your community and giving more than just what you're giving to your loved ones. And a lot of times people have asked me how to get started with, if you want to volunteer or you want to donate somewhere, but you're really not sure what organizations are the right ones. And my advice is always this: start with your values and your skills. If you look at your values, you'll know what cause is important to you and what you want to do to help. And then you'll find organizations in your area that you can reach out to. Maybe you don't have money to donate, maybe you don't have time to volunteer, but by finding those organizations and asking what you can do, that's a good starting point. By saying, figuring out what your skills are, you can see what tools you have. What do you have to offer? If it's not volunteering, if it's not donating, every single person has at least something they can give to the community. When I got my yoga teacher certification, I realized I had this new tool. It was something I wanted to give. So ask yourself what it is that you have to give. Now, I kind of debated sharing this story tonight just because I did not want it to sound like I'm bragging about the things I do. I don't want anyone to feel bad if they are not donating or volunteering. But then I remembered this is what the birthday tradition is all about. You have to share these experiences with as many people as you can. I'm getting my family, I'm getting my village together, and I'm sharing this with you because it doesn't just hold me accountable, it might inspire actions in some of you. And what better way to start than right now and tonight with the extra give. And so I think that you'll find, I'm sure you've heard it said before, giving gifts brings you more joy than receiving. And I think you'll find that so true. If you try the birthday tradition, just try it for a year. You'll still get to have cake as long as you did some good things for other people. But I think you'll realize it really just is the gift that keeps on giving. Thank you.